And good Tuesday evening, everyone, and welcome to our virtual ABC6 Voices on our Facebook and YouTube pages. I'm Jawan Strader. We have a great show here for you this evening, and we hope that you join in on the conversation. Well, more and more COVID-19 vaccine distribution sites are opening in South Florida after a very chaotic start as new infections surge. Thousands of new cases are reported in our area every day. One big criticism of the rollout is just how challenging it is for some of the most vulnerable in our community to access the vaccine. It's been an ongoing issue. Well, that started to change this week. State Senator Jawan Jones launched a vaccine site in Pembroke Park. He joins us now for the show. And we are also joined once again by Dr. Inaki Bent, who recently received his second vaccine dose. Welcome back to the program, Dr. Bent.
Thanks, Jawan. Good evening.
Good evening. Well, Chevron, let's start with you, Senator Jones. Well, first, you had COVID-19 this past summer. How are you feeling now?
I appreciate that, Jawan. I feel great. And I thank God. My family is great. And so I'm grateful. So thank you for asking.
You got it. You got it. Well, why is it so important for you to work with the Florida Emergency Management in order to open up a vaccine distribution site at a church in Pembroke Park?
Well, let's be extremely clear about something that the Florida Division of Emergency Management is the hub of the state of Florida, that where all of these vaccinations are going through. They have the partnership with the federal government, and they are the ones who are doing this distribution. But it's more important to do them within my district, which is Senate District 35, because we know that Black people are at increased risk for contracting the virus and having worse symptoms. Black people are dying at twice the rate of white people in this country. And so high vaccination rate is especially important in this district. So I believe that that's why it was so important to bring it to Senate District 35 because of the amount of African Americans who are in that district.
And Senator Jones, this was a family affair for you. Why? Why so?
Well, yeah, it hit close to home, realizing that, my mother had it, my father had it, who was over the age of 65. And so when the department reached out and they made it clear that the governor made places of worship as a place or venue where vaccines can take place, the first thing I did was I said, well, we have the place. Of these 11 churches that you're doing across the state of Florida, we have access to a church. My dad's the pastor at Corner Worship Center. We have the grounds, we have the facilities. And so that's why we were able to do it. And it turned out to be extremely done well.
Yeah, because I was about to say, that's your church. That's your home church right there.
Home church. That's the home. Yeah, and listen, I was born and raised in that church, and we have a growing senior population in that church. And the governor, I have to give him credit that he said something that's true. The church is the one place where seniors gather Sunday after Sunday, very consistently. And so we had a great number of seniors, not just from Cornelia, but from other churches within the area who attended to be vaccinated.
Well, man, it's been really disorganized. I mean, come on, let's keep it real. This whole process of vaccine distribution has been disorganized, not only here in the state of Florida, but across the country as many seniors try to get that vaccine. Do you see it getting any better, especially here in Florida?
Well, I'm happy that you actually bring that out, because it's true. The White House has not been a leader on this front at all. The White House did not have a distribution plan. They still don't have a distribution plan. And that same leadership has basically trickled down into the state, where we do not have a great distribution plan currently right now. And so that's why there's so much chaos. That's why you have a lot of the departments of health where their systems are crashing, because they were not prepared for the demand in which we're dealing with right now. And now we're trying to play catch up. Now you have individuals who are showing up to sites who have made reservations, but they can't do it. Not only that, we just found out today in committee that there are areas within the state of Florida to where people who are on donor lists, who gave money to campaigns, are they're moving up in the list to be able to get the vaccine. Yeah, what type of business are we doing here within the state of Florida? I mean, I think that that should be a concern for not only every legislator, that should be an extreme concern for everyone within the state of Florida, every leader also.
And Senator, we've talked about skepticism when it comes to the vaccine. Are you still hearing that from your constituents?
Yeah, I mean, the constituents, not just in Senate District 35, but also across the state of Florida, black people are not, many of them are not open to this vaccine right now. And you know what? To be honest, yeah, in one instance, like I share in committee, and I also share on other segments, other shows, is that the state of Florida and nationally, we have to do a better job in how we are communicating because you have a demographic of people, African Americans, who you're now trying to say we want you to be vaccinated, but yet and still you have not shown us that you are concerned about my health, because we see that COVID has shined a light on the lack of health care that we have in our community, and now you want to say be vaccinated. It doesn't work like that. You have to build the level of trust within our community to let them know that not only is this safe, but it's important that you get it. And so we have work to do. Leaders like myself and other elected officials, we're going to have to do our due diligence and take the lead on encouraging our community to do it. But it has to be a partnership with the state and with the federal government to do what's right to communicate with our constituents.
Well, let's bring Dr. Inaki back into this conversation now. You have gotten the vaccine booster. You received your second shot. How are you feeling?
Jawan, thank you for having me. I feel great. Exactly 28 days ago, I received my first shot. The only side effect that I noted was some soreness in the right shoulder region, the right deltoid region. However, I didn't have any other symptoms. I actually had a live stream of my second shot as well as the first shot. Today makes the 28th day, and theoretically, I should have achieved full immunity. So I'm very excited about that. It's been a long time coming. We're 9 months into this pandemic, and it seems like the end is near.
And Dr. Ben, why is it important for you and others out there to get vaccinated against this virus?
It's very important because it's our community that's disproportionately affected. A couple months ago, I spoke at a COVID-19 memorial in Liberty City. And at that time, the state of Florida had 4,000 COVID deaths. And would you believe a quarter of those deaths in Miami-Dade County were in Liberty City and the inner city communities. So if we do not take this opportunity to get vaccinated, these numbers are only going to worsen.
And are you still hearing the skepticism from your colleagues and your patients? I mean, you just heard from the senator there talk about the skepticism in the Black community, but what about your colleagues and some of your patients? What are they saying? Are they still skeptical?
So everyone is starting to warm up to the idea. We are 4 weeks into the vaccination process, and they've realized that we are doing well overall. There haven't been any major side effects that we've noted, and much of their concerns have been addressed. They're feeling more comfortable. They're seeing other persons like myself and other community leaders take it without any significant issues. So I see that improving. However, we're still nowhere near where we need to be to finally get to the end of this.
Okay, I want to get a little bit personal now, and I want to talk about your family. You made sure that your dad was vaccinated. How is your dad feeling, and when do you think the rest of your family will be vaccinated?
I was fortunate enough, the day before I received my second shot, I was able to secure an appointment for my dad to get vaccinated at Jackson Health System. It was one of the greatest moments I've had in my life because I was able to return the favor. My father is a Haitian immigrant who worked his entire life to ensure a better life for his family. And this was one way of me protecting and one of my precious jewels. He's doing phenomenal. He's ready for his second shot in about 14 days.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm encouraging anyone who has the opportunity, take care of your seniors. Take care of these seniors because they're the most vulnerable. My father is a transplant patient, diabetic, hypertensive. He is the high-risk patient that we refer to being at risk.
Very good. Dr. Inaki Ben, thank you so much for that. And I want to go back to Senator Jones before we go. The FBI, let's get right to it. The FBI, they are warning about, quote, armed protests planned at all 50 state capitals. Senate President Wilton Simpson is urging senators and their staffs, like you, to work remotely. So what does it feel like to hear this, first off, Senator? And then are you concerned for your safety or the safety of your staff?
Thank you so much, Jawan. I'll be honest with you that I am concerned for the safety of my staff and the safety of every senator right now. We heard the news yesterday, and we did have a closed door security briefing just for senators. And it's some scary times that we're dealing with right now. I can tell you in the Capitol, where I'm at right now, I feel very safe because they have definitely the security measures that needed to be up due to the time that we're in right now. My concern is in our district offices. My staff is there now, and I want to figure out what is the best, what we're going to be doing to make sure our Senate offices and our state reps that they are secure. I think that's the next thing. So I'm concerned.
And moving on to my next question then, and this is the Governor DeSantis wants to pass legislation that would enhance criminal penalties for people involved in violent or disorderly assemblies to make it a third-degree felony to block traffic during a protest, offer immunity to drivers who claim to have unintentionally killed or injured protesters who block traffic. So the idea was circulated after George Floyd protests, as you recall from last summer. So my question to you is this the answer? Do you believe this is the answer?
No, it's not the answer. The governor and many people within leadership, they are going after a problem that's not real. There's a lot of the issues that they are bringing up came up after George Floyd. They're trying to couch it to make it seem as if all of this has come up after what happened in Washington, D.C. But that's not the case because when what happened over the summer, when Black Lives Matter protesters and the other advocates were protesting, that's when this legislation came out. And they had stand your ground in that piece of legislation that we, the Black Caucus, many members of the Black Caucus fought against because we knew it was wrong. But after Washington, D.C. happened last Wednesday, they took the stand your ground language out. And they said that this was a measure to speak against all protests. Well, my question was, when Black folk were protesting, why did we not take the stand your ground language out? But when a bunch of white men went into the Capitol to storm it, you took that language out and then tried to couch this legislation as that. This legislation is not needed. We need to be focusing on what the real issues are right now. Floridians are not working. We don't have a vaccination distribution plan, and we're going into session with a $3 billion budget deficit. That's what we need to be dealing with, not this type of legislation to feed into your base.
All right. Yeah, you got that right. Well, Senator Chapman Jones, we thank you, first of all, for your service. And Dr. Inaki Bent, we thank you for all that you do and your service being there on the front lines, brother. We really appreciate you. Thank you both for joining us.
Thank you so much.
You got it. And we look forward to having you guys back on the show. Well, right now, we're going to take a moment to switch topics. And January, maybe you didn't know this, is National Mentoring Month out there from many of us mentors. It's an opportunity to focus on the importance of mentoring and the positive impact that it can have on young people. The role of mentors and the difference they can make in the lives of those they touch is front and center at the Overtown Youth Center. Alonzo Warnick is the founder of the Overtown Youth Center. He does so much in our community. And Tina Brown is the chief executive officer. She's the Chief Executive Officer of the Overtown Youth Center as well. And then I believe that we're going to try to have, we've been having some issues here. Oh, we got her right there. Kenya Hadfield is a senior at Booker T, Washington, and she is a busy one as well. Just break down a little bit about what she does. She's an ambassador for Vote for the Future. She serves on the Miami-Dade County Youth Commission Youth Assistant Lead at her church as well. She achieved Miami as a junior advisory board member and a high school mentee at Overtown Youth Center. Kenya, thank you so much. And for all you do, I tell you, that's an impressive resume.
Thank you for having me.
Alonzo, your resume is not that bad either, my brother.
I appreciate it.
Just your Hall of Famer. I mean, that's all. I mean, it doesn't get any
so much, Jawan. Appreciate it.
And Tina, welcome to the show as well.
Thank you.
Look good. You got it. Well, let's go ahead and get started. And Alonzo, let's get started with you first and foremost, man. How has the Overtown Youth Center adapted to deal with the pandemic that's been going on?
Well, we made, as many necessary adjustments, following the government protocols. And I think, a lot of our impact on our young people has been face-to-face meetings and spending the time with our relationship model as being pretty much the core of our success, having a close relationship with our kids and providing strong, consistent, positive voices of influence for our young people. But it's made it very difficult, because we're having to use technology now to guide and mentor and provide the support necessary for our young people, and as well as their families as well. So that's the main adjustment that we've had to make. It's made it a little difficult because we're dealing with so many inner city kids that don't have the wherewithal of the technology, and then also having the internet access in their homes, so we've gone above and beyond to try to provide that so that we can continue to have the impact necessary on our young people in the community.
And Tina, why is mentoring so important at this critical time?
Mentoring is really sort of the core of our work, and it is extremely important because we work in an area where, our young people look up to us and they aspire to be like many of the individuals that we introduce them to and expose them to. And mentorship really is the key to changing the trajectory of the lives of many young people growing up in inner city. It provides an outlet for our young people. Mentoring provides an opportunity for our young people to explore and to grow. So it is extremely important to them as well as to our organization.
And what is the role of a mentor?
In our organization, it could be a teacher, could be a confidant, could be almost like a parent, The role of a mentor in our program is really providing an opportunity to our young people, being someone or being individuals that our young people can trust first and foremost. So mentoring and mentorship, again, means so very much to our community.
But also, Jawan, we're all products of our influences. We're all products of certain relationships, and we're all products of other people's contributions. So being a mentor embodies that, making the right contributions necessary for young people to be positive contributing citizens, and being a support and a foundation for a young person that might not have it in their homes, because we realize that at-risk kids go back home to at-risk situations, and also, a mentor can be that safety net. So when they fall, we're able to catch them, stand them on their feet, tell them we love them, and show them a different way and a different approach to the goals that they're trying to accomplish in their lives.
And that was kind of along the lines of my next question to you, Joe, is what do you look for when you're looking for a good mentor?
Well, somebody, first of all, communication, is so much the key. It really is. When I think about, I always tell my young people that you can't survive in this world if you can't communicate, so being able to have the necessary dialogue, and I said earlier, strong, positive, consistent voices of influence. I need to find somebody that's educated, that's sociable and very interactive, that's loving and caring and compassionate about the lives of young people, and we've been fortunate enough to put together an amazing team of individuals, which has created tremendous amount of successes in our program over the past 20 years. We graduated 100% of our kids from high school, and close to 90% of our kids go to college and graduate. So we still have a lot more work to do. We're showing videos of our old facility, and we're in the process of building a 56,000 square feet state-of-the-art facility on that same footprint, and we're excited about the endless possibilities that that's going to bring. And also, we're excited about creating a bigger safe haven for our young people, because not only are we educating kids and providing support to their families free of charge, by the way, but we're keeping them alive.
Amen. Amen to that. And let's talk to someone who knows very well the importance of mentorship. And her resume is bigger than mine, by the way. Let's talk to Kenya. And Kenya, how has having a mentor changed your life?
Thank you. In terms of mentorship, I'll speak specifically to the Overtown Youth Center. Miss Tina and a host of others, Miss Clinique, Miss Wallace, Coach Henry, they've changed the trajectory of my high school career. I come from an inner city community, and for the majority of my education, I've been in situations where I don't necessarily feel that my education or my role in the school is as important to some of those teachers, and that really I feel changed when I got into the Overtown community. With emphasis again on the Overtown Youth Center. They provide a familial sense, and it's almost as if, like Ms. Tina said, a parental type of guidance for the kids such as myself and the youth, starting from kindergarten all the way to post-high school. So I think it really is an essential part of our education as well as our upbringing.
And Kenya, this says, you said change your trajectory. So this helped change your plans for your future and where you see it, right?
Oh, definitely. This summer, the past summer, I was able to participate in an event called Vote the Future. I served as the lead ambassador on behalf of the Overtown Youth Center, which presented me with this opportunity. I would have never thought that a little Black girl from Opalaka would have been able to get on essentially a national platform and do tons of panels and questionnaires and talk to people that are in the Senate, that are in the House, or that are in politics, period. I was amazed at the opportunity and the zeal that these people provided me with, because I was excited about an opportunity and because I was able to grasp on to the minor concepts and the importance of the election going on, or things such as mental health in our community. So I think they definitely provided me with an outlook that I've never would have seen without their help.
Well, Tina and Lonzo, for folks out there that may not know what it takes to be a mentor and everything else, can you tell me what the benefits are to being a mentor, Tina?
Well, if you got to look at Kenya. I mean, she is our reward for the time and the effort that we put into our young people, and the positive atmosphere that we. Tina is there day to day, and she has led an amazing team of individuals. And my heart warms right now just hearing Kenya communicate to you all about how important our program is. So that makes me so proud, and it motivates me even more, as well as Tina. I know I speak for Tina and the rest of our staff. It motivates us all even more to continue to do the work that we do.
Amen. And Tina, I want to hear from you.
So Jawan, being a mentor, has so many benefits, not only for the students, but for individuals who decide to embark on, mentoring young people. It is fulfilling. It is rewarding. And just as Alonzo said, just as Kenny has said, I mean, it is life changing. So the benefits of mentorship, they are endless. A mentor is something that, honestly could never be replaced. The value of mentorship is just immeasurable. I think about some of the mentors that we've had in our program, people that have taken their personal time to show up at school for some of our students to serve as their advocates, individuals that have shown up on the weekend to our students' dance recitals, football games, basketball games, and working internally on a day-to-day basis. I see the transformational changes happening because of mentorship and because of people who are willing to dedicate their time to these young people. So mentoring and the benefits of mentoring are something that is just immeasurable. It's long lasting. And it's just something that, again, you can't even put a value on mentoring, but I can tell you that our students, our families, our community truly benefits from having individuals mentor young people growing up in inner cities.
Okay, well, with that said, because I have you on now, and here we have Kenya back because we lost her briefly. So Kenya, I want to ask you before I ask Zoe a really serious question here. I want to ask you as far as your college plans are concerned. Just tell me you're not going into television because that means it's time for me to retire.
No, I do not plan to go into television. I'm actually interested in studying undergrad for psychology and eventually steering off into a career field of law.
Amen. Whew. That means I got a job. I got a job for a few years. Okay, two questions here. First, Tina, and then Joe, I have a really important question for you. So Tina, how does one become a mentor at the Overtown Youth Center? Real fast.
So one can contact us at www.overtownyouth.org. We have a volunteer page on our website. If individuals are interested, they could simply visit our website or call the Overtown Youth Center.
Okay, thank you. And Joe, this is a great discussion, but I have to get a little serious now because recently we started off in 2021, man, with the rash of shootings across South Florida, especially in Miami-Dade County. And one of the victims who was killed recently attended your youth center. So I know this hits close to home when you hear about someone losing their life, especially someone that attended the Overtown Youth Center. What do you believe needs to be done in order to stop these senseless shootings?
Well, first and foremost, that was our first statistic of gang or gun violence in relation to our programming in over 20 years. And my heart goes out to Michelle Birch, who is Roland's mother, and the rest of her family. I was in the hospital as he hung to his life on life support and was there with the mother and the family, so it was a very difficult situation for me and the rest of our staff to have to go through that. It has remotivated me to try to do everything humanly possible for us to try to create more environments that keep our young people safe. I will tell you this, as I was standing in the hospital next to Roland's bed, as he was connected to life support, his mother told me that when the incident happened, when Roland was shot, that she would have just been picking him up from the youth center. And I broke down because we're going through a major construction to try to build a better facility, but it lets me know, how many lives that we have saved over the years and the importance of the facility And it has remotivated me to want to build these after school, in school, and summer programs across.
All right.
Combination of more mentors, with a combination of more support systems. That's how we're going to stop these statistics.
Amen. Amen. My brother, my heart goes out to you as well as the family, and our deepest condolences to the family as well, and to you for losing a student. So again, my heart goes out to you, and we really appreciate you. And I want to thank all of you for coming on the show. I really appreciate it. Alonzo, every time I text you, brother, you text me back. It may be a couple days, but you always text me back. Get back.
Right back to you, man. Come on, Jawan.
Kenya, I am so proud of you. And, I am glad that you're not going into television, because I would be scared. But thank you so much for joining us on this show. We wish you much success. You're definitely on your way. And Tina, thank you for all you do for the Overtown Youth Center as well. We really appreciate you. So once again, I hope to have all you guys back on. Zoe, we're always here for you. So anything you want to come on the show, you let me know. You're always welcome. So
really
thank you.
Thank you.
You got it. You got it. And I want to thank everyone out there for watching Voices, our virtual Voices here live streaming once again on YouTube and Facebook. Please check me out. Check this show out. The show is going to be on post-production, though. It's going to be on Saturday at 9:30 a.m. You can watch the show and let me know what you think about it. Again, this is all about having a conversation in our community. And I want you to remember that education is the key to success. If you believe, you will succeed. We'll see you next time. Have a great week.